Hello and welcome to KJ's Kitchen. I am KJ, 14 years a master fitness trainer, a fitness nutrition specialist, and most important to me, a happy mom serving up healthy meals from my kitchen to yours. Every Wednesday here on Facebook at 12 o'clock on the Get KJ Fit fan page. So today I am calling all bread addicts. Who loves bread? Let me hear from you in the comment fields. Literally, I don't know too many people who don't love bread. I know a lot of people who restrict themselves of bread because of whatever dietary reasons. That could be for gluten reasons, could be for they want to just cut back carbohydrates. Some people are on the whole keto phase. So I definitely am bringing this bread to you. It is very keto. It's keto bread. I mean, meaning that it's like no to low carb, right? But a lot of those breads don't hold up. They don't hold up to have the same consistency as regular traditional bread. And you're gonna be so pleasantly surprised with today's recipe. I do not claim that this is mine. I was passed this recipe from my mom because she baked these while she was in town 2 weeks ago. And even my son, a 2-year-old, went nuts on them. Like he just wanted more and more and more. And all I know is I'm giving him healthy fats, proteins, and fiber, a lot of good fiber. So it's a guilt-free bread. And it's something that's gonna hold up for if you're going to do it as a sandwich, if you're going to toast it and eat it with butter because that's how you like your bread. This is going to please you so much. Now, this recipe, I want to say it came from the Diet Doctor, and I will post that in the actual source. I should have checked on that source before I started this, but it is so simple, and we're going to get started. You'll set your oven to 350 degrees. And you're gonna get some water boiling. You need actually 1 cup for this recipe, but I put more than 1 cup in the pan so that if any of the water actually evaporates, I'm not low. So don't just put 1 cup in the pan, put a little more than 1 cup in the pan. This recipe also can be easily doubled. We're gonna be making 6 servings today. So if you have a larger family or you'll go through that quicker, easily you can double this recipe. When I say easy recipe, it is so easy. Now let's start with what flour we're using, which is not a flour at all. It's actually ground almonds. Super fine blanched almond flour. This one came from Walmart. I can tell by the great value tag. And we're gonna start with 1.25 cups of the almond flour. There's the quarter, and here goes the cup. You will want super fine. It's going to give it more of that bread-like texture. 1.25 cups of that. Get your teaspoon handy. We've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We go aluminum-free in this house. This one came from Trader Joe's. I even know Walmart carries aluminum-free baking powder. You got 2 teaspoons. 1 and 2. I mean, this is going to be so fast, guys. You're not going to know what happened to you. 1 teaspoon of sea salt. My family, we go for the pink Himalayan sea salt. It's got more minerals. It's going to taste and do the same for you. We have it in rock form for when we're using our grinders. You can see here, we put it in rock form. But we also have it in super fine form, I don't know, just fine form, that we get and we pour it in our little crock for when you're cooking. It's nice to have next to the stove. You can pinch your salt all day long. And then last but not least, let's talk about that fiber. So fiber is amazing for you. Not only for what it can do for digestive health, like keeping you regular. And when I say that, it doesn't mean it's just gonna loosen you up. If you're ultra loose already, right, a little disruptive in there, fiber can help solidify things and help you be more regular, like normal consistency and normal timing, nothing crazy. And on the flip side, if you're all bound up and you're not going regularly, fiber can help you to go more often and come out easier. Fiber works both ways is what I'm saying. Not only that is it great for your digestive health, it is also amazing to keep you satisfied longer. So something with a high fiber, whether it be a snack or a meal, is gonna keep you more satisfied. You're not gonna get as hungry as quickly. Now this is psyllium husk powder. This one actually came from Whole Foods, but you can actually get it more affordably. You can get it online, Amazon, if you have Prime, it's free shipping. You can get it a little more affordable on Amazon, even organic options. I was in a pinch and needed to get it in my hands, and I ran to Whole Foods. This is what they had. Take a look at this. If you don't know what psyllium husk looks like, nice and fine, right? I'm dropping some. And kind of pale. Now I had psyllium seed powder. It's actually dark brown, and it changed this recipe. It turned my muffins blue, and they tasted great, don't get me wrong, but it had purple blue muffins. I'm not sure how that all worked out, but I'm going for 5 tablespoons of psyllium husk powder. That was 2. Here's 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that's all the dry ingredients I need. My water's already boiling. We're gonna take it down, keeping it boiling. I'm just taking down the heat so it doesn't start spitting at me. And I'm using one of my hand mixer whisks because here in KJ's Kitchen we like it easy. Less cleanup, the better. So I'm just gonna mix it up here quickly with this whisk. It's actually just a beater end for the hand mixer. And I'm just doing it by hand because all I need is this to be mixed up, looking all combined to one color. Now we're going for the liquid ingredients. Did I say easy? It's gonna be so easy. Liquid ingredients. If you're not familiar with apple cider vinegar, Bragg's Organics, how we do it, it's got the mother in it. Very different than a refined. This one's unpasteurized, does a whole lot more for you, especially if you're doing it, you don't drink it straight, but if you're doing it as any form of detox, helping out your body, you're gonna wanna do an unfiltered and something with the mother. We're doing 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar once you get your dry ingredients mixed. 1 and 2. There we go. Then we're going for egg whites. Yes, you can use 3 eggs and get the whites out of the eggs. That's up to you. With those yolks, hopefully you use them in something, or even mix in a couple regular eggs and have a nice yolky scramble. Because we like to make this bread often, I opt for cage-free egg whites. Okay, this one came from Walmart. You can see the great value. We go cage-free whenever possible. So 3 egg whites is around 1/3 cup of egg whites. So I don't get super picky when I'm pouring it in. I'm gonna go down here low and see where that line is. 1/3. It might have had a tiny drip over, but no big deal. Like I said, it's around 1/3. I'm pouring in the egg whites and the vinegar and using that little hand mixer piece again to combine this before adding the water. And there's reason. That egg, we don't want to cook up that egg with boiling water right away, so we're gonna transform that egg into the actual batter and keep that egg from, cooking up. We don't need pieces of egg in our bread. So you see it's all stuck in here together, right? It's already pretty thick and doughy. Well, now we're gonna add that cup of water, and this is it. That completes our recipe, well, minus the toppings. So here's what you're gonna do. Get your hand mixer prepared. I'm gonna pop in my good old mixer heads here. Get that prepared. It's waiting for you because we do want to time it. Now, I don't have a timer because my phone is recording me right now, so I'm gonna count. Yeah, just like I would with my children if they're around. The water is still boiling. I got the bubbles moving. We're doing 1 cup of boiling water. Use a Pyrex, not something plastic when measuring, because plastic, when it is hot, it becomes toxic. You leach the chemicals into the water. So use glass or steel. Now, because it is a strict 30 seconds, I'm gonna put the blender in one hand and start counting as I add my water. 30 seconds, don't overblend. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Woo! Whoa, all right. You heard the bell ding, right? That's because I got it set in the oven so I can show you what they look like. The dough is sticky and kind of firm enough. You want it to feel like Play-Doh-ish. You know, like it's firm enough, it's not flopping around. It's pretty firm, like you could play like dough, right? So, let me get them out of the oven and show you what's up. These ones, I maybe didn't press down far enough. You could make them less round, and I can show you how to do that right now on the next sheet. But these puppies just came out of the oven. Being that I like to conserve and not clean so many things, I'm gonna go ahead and set them on a cooling rack fast, and I'm simply gonna reuse this pan and the parchment paper. You know, you can reuse parchment paper, so be good to the environment. If you're gonna cook the same thing on the same thing, cook it on the same thing. Oh, how about that? So you can see there are sesame seeds on here. That is entirely optional. We love it. So this is so sticky. How are you gonna get it on there in pretty little balls? You're gonna grab your olive oil or preferred oil and literally get a little of it in your hand, almost like you're gonna wash your hands. Get a little puddle of that in your hand. Ooh, lube it up. Boom, boom, boom. So you're not getting sticky. This will make 6 rolls, I told you. Easily could be doubled. So you're gonna grab however big. Now, if you're making them smaller, you'll make more, but grab a nice little blob, stick her down. Here we go. Imagine 6. I'm trying to imagine 6. If I have to, I'll adjust by adding more dough to the balls. There we go. Nothing fancy. You can make them fancy if you want. Ooh, fancy. Or you just get them on the pan because they're gonna taste good any way they're shaped. Here we go, almost done. And this guy looks a little bulky, so I'm gonna add a little to this guy and add a little bit to this guy and give this guy his last thing. Now I can with my hand, since they're oiled up, shape it a little more. Get them all pretty. There we go. And this time I'm pressing them down a little firmer because last time I think I left them a little round, and that's why those rolls look very round. I have a wet rag here so I don't have to escape to my sink so I can stay with you guys. Got my wet rag here, and I'm gonna just grab my white sesame seeds. This is organic. Again, I can tell it's a great value. That one comes from Walmart as well. Now I priced this out. The organic Great Value brand is like $1.50 less than the McCormick's non-organic brand. Same size. I think this had more seeds in it. And you know, if you're measuring things or want to measure, you might use about 2 tablespoons of the seeds. I don't measure. I just sprinkle to my liking. If your children are into seeds, you're gonna go without, right? You've got that preheated oven. It's set to 350. You pop her in on the lower rack or middle or lower. You definitely don't want it on the top rack. And you're gonna keep it in for about 50 minutes, 50 minutes. You may want it longer depending on your altitude or the heat of your oven or how your oven cooks. So maybe up to an hour, that's gonna be up to your oven. I'm gonna show you these puppies. You're gonna know they're done when they got a little like hollow sound on the bottom. Oh, they're so good. I'm telling you what. I'm gonna cut this puppy open and show you how realistic bread this actually is. And it's very hot on my hands right now because it just came out, but it is the real deal. So you'll want these to cool. If you're gonna use them throughout the week, you'll store them in the fridge. Ooh, it's piping hot. You see that steam? Yeah. So that is bread, real deal bread with a crispity, crunchity edge. These, if they stayed in maybe another 2 minutes longer, would be a little crispier. But what I like to do, store them in the fridge in either your Tupperware or however you like to store your food. And then when it's time to eat them, cut them in half, put them in a toaster oven or a toaster, and get them a little crispier on the outside. So good. So good. You can put butter on there. You can make yourself a sandwich. You could open it up and double up on the good stuff, like the healthy proteins and yummy veggies. So you got twice as much good stuff on the inside, eating it open-faced. And you don't feel so guilty eating this bread because it is a keto bread, super low carb, super high fiber, super good. I love that my children enjoy it. My 2-year-old more than my 5-year-old. You can't get as much past her. But if you have bread addicts in your home and you want to be more mindful to your gut health, being that you're eliminating your gluten, increasing your fiber, and lowering your carbohydrate, meaning lowering your sugar, your blood sugar levels, this is an amazing bread for you. Hopefully that served you here on KJ's Kitchen today. If it did, or you know someone who this would serve, please share it to your wall. Please tag somebody in the comment fields if you know they would be served by this recipe. I will be having a live link posted. That is where you will get this recipe into your inbox and every recipe from KJ's Kitchen weekly to your inbox. So keep a lookout for that. I'll have that posted shortly, and I really look forward to seeing you again here in KJ's Kitchen every Wednesday. So see you next week. You have a fantastic Wellness Wednesday.